This is Riztacular.
All right.
Riztacular.
Welcome, everyone. Today we are hosting To Be Determined versus Fault. Um, this is, I believe, the first game that we streamed for Silver to Plat. Um, Actually, it might be the first ever game of Silver to Plat. We did miss a game earlier today with Freakwatch Alpha 3-0ing the Huskies. So congratulations to Freakwatch Alpha for that win. And yeah, today we're going to be doing To Be Determined versus Fault. Everyone, you can head to your respective chats, and we'll get this thing started. Good luck to both teams.
Which team am I on?
Wait. Lacey.
Here we go. What's happening?
I don't.
Hi.
Okay. You might need to be a sub. I don't know.
Yeah, I
What's
don't know
happening?
which team I'm subbing for.
Okay, okay, wait, no,
What team
I'm
are we?
lost.
What's happening?
I'm
What's
lost!
happening?
Okay.
Me too!
Dumpling is on this team, okay?
Yeah.
Lacey, do you want to play sub or Dumpling do you want to play sub? Who would...
Oh wait, there's two. Then I'm so confused.
Cause I'm support and Jelly's support, and we need a DPS, and then Lacey would probably be us. Okay. Okay, so
Bro.
Dumpling for DPS.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm not great at DPS, but oh my
This is
god,
gonna
my
be
game's
great. All right. Everyone is getting ready now. Bro, you guys gotta go to your custom.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we do have to do that.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
I just posted my friend
is
code thing.
Dumpling?
All right. Hold up, I'm gonna open some loot boxes real quick. I love making my teams wait while I open loot boxes. Those were both really bad. Alright, welcome everyone. Today we are going to be doing, like I said, To Be Determined versus Fault. Should be a fun game today. We've got... Where's my competitive preset? There it is. We've got some very interesting teams here today. It's going to be super, super fun, and yeah. This time I'm going to try my best to actually show any form of excitement about this game, which is very hard because it's Overwatch, let's be for real. Anyway, let me get the teams in here. Invite to custom game, and then alright. Let me try to get the teams in here. I'm gonna be completely honest, until like a little bit ago, I didn't even realize that I was going to be streaming this match because I had a class right before this. And, yeah, our class ended it early, so we're doing it. It's going to be great. I did forget to I did forget to do something here. What did I forget to do? I forgot to do the thing. Order is tank, DPS, and support. Team 1 is gonna be that's all right. Looks like we're having a bit of issues here. There we go. All right. Oz, and then Wally, and then oh, is there not is there not a delay right now? Someone tell me when you see this. Tell me right now if you see this, see me talking right now. Say, you know what, say right now, say pancake, and I'll know. I do believe that there is a uh, delay. Okay, yeah, no, there is a delay. We're all good. All right. Okay, this is gonna make this super easy. Guys, I'm really good at this, by the way. And I'm really cool, so. All right. Fault, heads or tails? It's time. Finally. Tails. All right. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the result is heads. All right, TBD gets the first map pick. We're getting there right now. We'll see. All right, it looks like the first map that we're going to be playing on is Ilios today. Let's see. There we go. And it looks like Fault is going to be making their first hero ban. All right, it looks like Fault has chosen Orisa as their first ban. Orisa is somewhere in here. All right. TBD now has their hero ban. They can ban anyone except for tanks. All right, and it looks like TBD is going to be on Cassidy. Now asking if both teams are ready. TBD is ready. Fault is ready. Good luck to both teams. Let's start this thing.
Now arriving at Ilios. Initiating match.
All right, everyone. This is the first game of Silver Plat that we've been able to stream here today. If you didn't see, if you weren't there 2 days ago, we did Party Crashers versus NJIT Highlanders. NJIT Highlanders took the win 3-0, and just earlier today, we weren't able to stream it, unfortunately, but earlier today, there was also, oh
Ready
shoot,
for battle.
Guys, I know what this. I know what it is. I know what it is. Trust. Which one was it? It was. Yeah. Earlier today we had Freakwatch Alpha versus the Huskies. Sorry, there's 2 Freakwatches in this tournament. It's messing with my head. But yeah, earlier today we had Freakwatch Alpha versus Huskies, and Freakwatch Alpha was managed to take the win, 3-0 once again. So I do need to change these. 1 second, guys. I'm really good at this, I swear. This is TBD. Guys, I swear, this is really good and high quality stream right now, and we're awesome. We're really good at this. Everyone at MST Esports is really good at their jobs, including me. I'm very good at my job, guys. All right. Now actually getting into the game. It looks like Fault was able to take the early lead here. Oz the Waz managed to get a good pick on Winston there. Now, sorry, TBD doesn't no longer has a tank. Wally looking around, trying to find someone to pick off here. TBD is definitely going to have to play more aggressive here if they want to get this point. Fault is just kind of staying in the point and not doing much. Kylo manages to get a pick on edging, and Batman getting a pick on Coast-Type, but unfortunately Kylo doesn't manage to escape, and Oz gets a pick on Kylo. Viper getting a pick on Spiteful, and it looks like TBD manages to take back the point despite losing their tank in the early fight. However, Fault has managed to make it already to 68%. It's going to be very hard for TBD to hold this point, especially with Fault now coming back with multiple ultimates on the line. Pin2Win looking for an early pick here.
Objective is under attack.
Fontana trying to keep her team up. Unfortunately, Edging Club manages to get a pick on Pin. Wally also getting a pick on Batman. TBD now down 3. They're definitely going to have to back out here. And it looks like Fault is able to take the point once again, with Edging just absolutely hunting down Fontana. Oz taking some heavy damage, but managing to hide behind the wall there. Fault using both of their support ults there, using really all of their ults actually to hold that point, and now they get the first point. First point goes to Fault.
Score 0-1.
TBD made some good plays when they managed to take the point that first time. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it was enough, and now Fault is going to be up 1. TBD switching up their comp here a little bit, switching to Azaria instead of a Winston.
I thought my time in the field was done, but I guess you can't predict everything.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
They have 2 chances to get the job done. Let's do it in one. There they are.
Let me help.
Oz the Waz going into kind of like a double counter here with the Zen and the Ana. It's going to be very difficult for him to stay up, especially considering that Folt doesn't have a Kiri to kind of lean back on whenever Oz gets antied or discorded. Looks like Folt was able to get a pick on Viper though. But unfortunately, Folt comes back and manages to kill off Kylo. Batman goes down. TBD was able to get a little bit of the point there and managed to hold to 11%, but unfortunately Folt just took over and managed to take the point back.
My ultimate's not ready yet. Getting drowsy.
Sniper.
Batman managing to get an early pick on Coastite.
Railgun charged.
Wally getting a pick on Viper. And another on Batman.
Clear out. I'm on my game now.
And it looks like Folt is able to hold the point once again.
My warmest greetings.
Batman trying to get another pick here. Folt is not going to let this Widow get a pick. Constantly hiding behind walls and make sure that they don't get picked off. Batman manages to get a headshot on the Torbjorn, but it isn't quite enough to take him out. Edging managing to get a pick on Pin there.
They outnumber us. Watch out.
And unfortunately, it looks like Folt is just going to absolutely roll this team fight once again. Batman managing to get a pick there, but unfortunately it isn't quite enough as Folt is just absolutely destroying the rest of their team.
Coming through. Dodge this.
No one can hide from my sight.
Take it out. Defeat.
And it looks like the first point will go to Folt.
Play of the game.
Clear out.
An amazing play of the game from Edging there. Really some amazing gameplay. We definitely saw a lot of picks from Edging in that first game. It was really good, honestly. The just so many picks for in every single team fight really allowed Folt to just kind of take over the point and hold it for just the entire time. TBD just wasn't able to get in there and get any picks. All right, so it looks like Folt now has the map pick. Their options this time are going to be Kings Row, Midtown, and Blizzard World. Looks like Folt wants to go for a classic Kings Row. I can't blame them. Kings Row is a very fun map to play on. By the way, for those of you who are new to MST Esports, this season we are supporting Stand Up to Cancer. So if you would like to support us, you can go to our donation page. It's posted in the Discord. Unfortunately, I don't have any mods in here to post it right now, unfortunately. But It is, we have a lot of if you go to our Discord, you'll see it in our charity corner, and you can go and donate to that and support our cause. You'll help us in future seasons to be able to continue to put on things like this and continue to support various charities. All right, it looks like Kilo is going to ban Sojourn. And it looks like Fault is going to ban Sigma. All right, and it looks like we are about to start in on round 2. For those of you just joining in, Fault managed to take the first game. It is now 1-0 Fault.
Initiating match.
For those of you who weren't here 2 days ago, Kings Row was also a map that was played by NJIT Highlanders versus the Party Crashers. We really saw some very interesting gameplay from there. Afara without a mercy, just absolutely dogging on even some even some hit scans there, which was really fun to see. Looks like getting into it, TBD is going with Arisa, Venture, Ash, Viper. Viper is going BAP, and it looks like Fontana is going Juno. As for Fault, it looks like they are going the classic Widowmaker on King's Row, as well as Hazard, Junkrat, Juno, and Lucio. Definitely going for a fast-paced feel here. They definitely want to push this point as fast as possible and get as much time out to kind of continue to push through the second point.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, starting off with the second round, Juno and Lucio pushing Hazard forward. Kylo manages to get a pick on Wally in the early fight. Fault doesn't seem to be too perplexed, though. They seem to keep on going, taking this high ground here. Ash getting some shots off on Oz. Not quite enough, though. Looks like Fault waited for their Junkrat there and is now trying to push the high ground. Pin to win, getting a pick on Costite. Unfortunately falling to Wally. However, Fault now down both supports. They're definitely going to have to play this smart if they want to take this point.
That's gonna happen.
Fault down 1. TBD not down any yet. Arisa is taking some heavy damage, but it doesn't seem to be enough. Fault once again down a support. Now down both supports, and they do have to back out and now wait for their team to kind of regroup here.
Hey,
Oz swaps to Winston here, hopefully trying to maybe dive their backline a little bit more and take out those supports, which obviously has been working very well for TBD. Fault beginning to rotate, trying to get picks here. Edging managing to get a clip on pick on Viper there, and they managed to take out the tank. And honestly, after the tank is gone, it looks like TBD just falls. And it looks like Fault is about to take the point with about 3 minutes left.
Good kitty. Good kitty. Good kitty.
That's a lot of time to push it to the second point.
Nano boost is ready.
Sorry, 4 minutes left.
Escort the payload.
Let's kick this off.
I'm very good at math.
Moving the payload. Fall in for healing.
I won't let you fall.
Going into the next fight, Fault is gonna have some troubles pushing it through this this choke here. Choke is notoriously known for being quite difficult to push through. Unfortunately, very well placed Orisa ult and Fault falls. However, it does seem that TBD did just use 3 ultimates just to hold them for that time. So it looks like Fault might be able to bring this back as long as they use their ultimates wisely. They are coming up on 5 ultimates here. It is 1 ultimate for every single player, so they should definitely have a good time getting past this choke. They pop off Kitsune. They also pop off Castiel, but it doesn't seem to really hit anything. Ana trying to keep up their tank here, and managing to get off that nano, which managed to save their tank, and it looks like Fault is able to finally push past that choke.
Taking care of you.
Our protector's duty is never done.
Ahlan, ازيك.
TBD is playing to win here. They want to tie up this match. They're definitely making some very, very good plays here that have proven to work for them. They've already held them halfway down their time. Fault, now coming up on 2 minutes, is about halfway through to the second point.
Excavation initiation.
An amazing ultimate from Pin. Unfortunately dying, but still managing to get 2 important picks there. Edging Club taking high ground, unfortunately not quite able to keep it as TBD manages to take him down.
Stand up straight.
Fault now coming up down to a minute and a half. They are about 3/4 of the way done with the second point. But TBD isn't going to give it to him easily. TBD now having 3 ultimates and coming up on a Juno ultimate as well. Fault also coming up on some very, very good ultimates here. It's going to be difficult for TBD to hold, but I think they might have it in them. Oz the Waz managing to kill Kilo before he pops off his ultimate. And unfortunately it looks like TBD fell for the classic. Oh my goodness! But they managed to hold! They fell for the classic blunder of using all their ultimates to hold that point, even though it wasn't necessarily the last team fight. But they managed to hold, and they still have Kitsune, and they're coming up on another Venture ult. If Pinduin pops off another Venture ult like they did before, it is very possible that TBD will be able to hold this, which is a very good hold for a competitive setting like this. Only 10 seconds left. Fault manages to touch, though, so they will get overtime. Fault pops off and manages to get 3 picks with his ultimate. And Fault manages to team kill TBD before they could even pop off Kitsune. What an amazing play from Wally there. Probably one of the best cast ults that I've seen in my experience. Wow, what an ultimate. Cassidy ult, not usually seen as an ultimate that will really get that many picks, more of a zoning ultimate, but managing to get 3 picks out of that was truly something amazing. Now going back to Oz. Managing to get a pick on Pin. Fault is going to have to push it pretty fast if they want to beat this timer with only 1 minute left and about halfway through to the third point. Oz the Wall is taking a lot of damage, but managing to stay up and hide behind a wall there to kind of keep themselves up.
My ultimate nano boost is charging.
And an amazing pick from Oz, knocking Kilo off into the void. Now looking for an ultimate. TBD also coming up on some good ultimates here, though. They're definitely going to have to play it safe if they want to win this. An amazing spear. They managed to take out both supports from TBD. Kylo popping ults. But again, Oz managing to hit a spear on Kylo and push him off into the void. And it looks like Fault is going to get to the third point with 7 seconds remaining. What a play.
0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
We saw some amazing plays from Fault there. I'm very excited to see what TBD does in order to kind of retaliate against that. That Cassidy ult, which managed to save the point. The multiple spears from Oz that managed to get some very meaningful picks for his team. Really, just all of it was so beautiful to watch. And, you know, this is probably going to become my favorite part about becoming a commentator for MST Esports here, is just seeing these amazing plays from these people and just some of the crazy ideas that they can come up with to potentially get that win. It looks like TBD is going with kind of a similar strat to what Fault was doing at the beginning with the Widow at the very top, trying to get some picks. Both teams going Orisa once again. Pendowid staying with that Venture, which I don't blame them. That ultimate with the 2 picks on the Cassidy and the Juno, if I recall correctly, really was very good for the TBD as a team. They managed to hold that point. Viper and Fontana going Kiri and Juno respectively. Kylo immediately going for the squishies rather than trying to focus on that Orisa. Maybe even trying to go for a flank here. Getting a pick on the Mei. An early pick like that could definitely win this for TBD. Kylo taking some heavy damage, getting down to 4 health but staying up, and no, unfortunately, looks like Fault was able to get the pick there. Unfortunately, it looks like Fault was able to hold that point, and TBD will not be taking it. But do remember that Fault only was able to capture this first point when they had 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So if TBD can get some time back here, they can definitely capture this point before Fault was able to. Kylo looking for an amazing Orisa ult there, and it works! Managing to get a lot of picks there. TBD also using 2 ultimates. We'll see if it's enough to keep them up. And it looks like it was not. TBD using some ults there, but it seems like Fault actually used more ultimates than they did. So it is possible that TBD will be able to push past this first choke pretty quickly if they can use those ultimates responsibly. Another thing to remember is that Fault had 4 minutes left whenever they got to this choke, but TBD was able to hold them to about half their time. So if TBD can use their ultimates and push past this choke point, then TBD is in a very good spot to take this back from Fault.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
TBD pops Kitsune, but Edging manages to pop off Visor and kind of counter it there. But TBD is still coming back with two pretty good ultimates and coming up on a Orisa ult again, which, as we've seen from Kilo, is very dangerous for Fault. Once again, hitting another amazing Orisa ult with the Juno ult and managing to push past that choke with 3 minutes left. Now with 3 on point, definitely wanting to speed this up and try to get to that last point. Remember, they managed to hold Fault to overtime on this this second point. So it's gonna be very important that they try to get to the second point as fast as possible to get more time than Fault did at this last hold. The last hold of King's Row, also known to be pretty easy hold for the defending team. So TBD wants to have as much time as possible for that. Kylo once again just proving that they are the Orisa here, and they definitely got some good picks there.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
TBD manages to capture the second point with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Unfortunately now, not really having any ultimates to use. Coming up pretty close on an Orisa ult and possibly a Kitsune in the next fight. It's gonna be hard for TBD to push this though without many ults to use, as Fault has 3 ultimates and is coming up on yet another Visor from Soldier there. Fault only using 1 ultimate there to really just push TBD back, finally stopping this this absolutely deadly push that TBD has been doing. I'm gonna give some love to some other players here. I know I've kind of been riding Kilo's POV a little bit too much. I can't help it. When I see a good Orisa player, it's a lovely thing to see. Kylo once again with another Orisa ult! Just Orisa ult after Orisa ult. I have yet to see Kylo fail an Orisa ult. It is truly just an amazing thing to watch. TBD coming up on Juno ult. They are also coming up on Echo here, which could happen pretty quickly. Fontana using Juno ult maybe a little bit prematurely there. Edging Club managing to counter it with Kostite's Kitsune and the Visor working together to really just push them back. However, Fault only has an Orisa ult now to protect them. Coming up maybe on a Nano here too, but Batman has proven to use his ult responsibly, so we'll definitely see some interesting plays here.
Payload status stored. Let's get it moving.
Batman trying to play the assassin Echo here. I love to see it. Pops off duplicate. Tries to get some picks here. Or possibly even pop off a Cassidy ult. Manages to get some heavy damage in. But Spiteful manages to pop off a Nano for that Orisa. And it's a good one. Fault manages to hold the point once again.
Taking flight. 60 seconds remaining.
My ultimate is not ready yet. Kaiki. Come on. Watch yourself. With the speed of light. Going up. For your safety, please be behind the bus.
30 seconds remaining.
TBD now with only 30 seconds left to try and cap this point. They're gonna have to make some good plays here. Kylo with a result and manages to get a pick on the Bastion there, and then also going in and managing to get a pick on the Kiri. Kylo really just destroying their backline right now, but unfortunately it looks like he might go too deep and unfortunately gets picked off, but now it's just an Orisa. And TBD manages to cap with 7 seconds less than Fault. This is a close game.
3-3. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Once again, both teams going with the Orisa. TBD now going with Freya and Pharah with a Mercy and a Juno. Fault going with a Torbjorn, a Cassidy, Juno, and a Lucio. Here we see one of Torbjorn's perks where he can throw turrets against the wall. We'll see how much value that turret gets.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Looks like Batman actually swapped to Echo last minute.
Enemy turret ahead.
Managing to take out the turret pretty quickly. Unfortunately, that turret did not get that much value. Batman now with a Mercy Pocket could be a deadly combo for Fault. Some Fault members getting pretty low there, but unfortunately not enough to get a pick. Torbjorn trying to get into the backline and possibly get some picks. Kylo getting close to one of his fabled Orisa ults, but unfortunately gets picked off. Only 2 seconds remaining. TBD does manage to get overtime, but unfortunately the entire team is dead and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to touch.
Round 3. Complete.
An amazing hold from Fault, and it looks like we are going to go into round 4 with 0 seconds left on the clock, only managing to cap 1/3 of the first point for TBD. This is definitely going to be an interesting fight here. If TBD can hold the entire time, then they will be able to win this, and it's only 1 minute and 7 seconds. Remember, Fault only has 7 seconds more than TBD had, so it is very possible that TBD will be able to hold this and come back from this fight and make it a tied match.
Ready for battle.
Once again, both of these teams just really going for this Orisa. They really want to show off each other's Orisa, and TBD now going with Mei and Reaper, as well as a Kiri and a Juno. Fault with an Orisa, a Junkrat, a Widow, a Juno, and an Ana. We'll see if this Widow is able to maybe get any early picks on this fight, which could definitely be a huge advantage for Fault to take this point. Remember, they only have to cap 1/3 of the first point in order to win this game.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Every soldier
Defend objective A.
Immediately swaps over to Soldier instead, maybe opting out of getting that first pick. Perhaps it was just to see what the enemy team had going for them. Batman getting an early pick on Junkrat there.
feeling ground.
Imagine Club managing to get a pick on Batman there. TBD now down both DPS. They're definitely going to have to play a very good game to hold this. Now Fault attacking their backline, and it looks like Fault is going to take this win. No, Batman manages to touch. Unfortunately, it isn't enough. With 10 seconds left, Fault takes the match. That is 2-0 Fault.
Play of the game.
It's hand.
Your fate. Coming through. Excavate.
All right, and we are back. Looks like the teams are still just waiting on a few people. All right, looks like we're making some swaps here with Viper moving to tank and now Pause playing for support. Yeah, I'll move that down. That's my bad. Again, I'm very good at this. I'm very good at my job and what I do, and yeah. It's important to stay hydrated. Very important. Right. TBD is picking their map. Alright, it looks like the map this time is going to be Colosseo. TBD gets the hero ban. Hopefully TBD will choose their hero ban. Alright, looks like TBD is going to be banning Soldier this time. Alright, and Fault is now choosing their hero ban. And it looks like Fault is going to be banning Diva. Alright. Both teams ready. Alright. Looks like we're getting started with round 3.
Arriving at Conseil. Initiating match.
Alright. It looks like for TBD we've got a Sigma, a Freya, a Pharah, a Mercy, and an Ana. As for Fault, we have a Arisa, Cassidy, Sojourn, Juno, and an Ana.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Alright, getting into it. Just a reminder, To Be Determined is going to have to win this fight if they want to stay in the tournament.
Barrier initialized. The barrier has fallen.
Viper immediately taking some heavy damage, but managing to be kept up by his team.
The enemy has claimed the robot. What is this power?
Not so fast.
We see Edging Club kind of hiding from this Pharah and Freya duo. Wally gets low, but it isn't quite enough to kill him. Oz taking some heavy damage. Again, unfortunately not enough to kill. And it looks like Fault is going to get the first pick on pause. Edging Club now making some space and getting an Elim on pin. Taking some heavy damage from Pharah. It isn't enough to kill once again. And it looks like Fault is going to take this first fight.
Pushing the barricade. Let's keep it up.
Railgun powered and ready to fire.
Now with only Viper left, it looks like TBD is going to be down 2 players for this fight. A tank and a support.
No one can hold me down.
Oz the Waz managing to cancel the Mercy ult there.
Clear out.
The barrier has fallen.
Viper trying desperately to make some space here. Batman using an ultimate, unfortunately mostly getting swallowed by Risa. Oz the Waz with a nano going in. Decides not to use ult. Maybe save it for later and get some more picks with it. Taking some heavy damage. Wally getting a pick on Batman. To Be Determined is now down a DPS here. Oz the Waz goes in, uses... Oh, unfortunately the ultimate gets Suzu'd, and Sigma uses his ultimate instead, doing some heavy damage. But unfortunately it looks like To Be Determined is already just down too many members, and once again will lose the team fight.
We're on the move.
Batman managing to get some heavy damage in there as the Widow, but unfortunately once again just not enough to get any picks. Oz just again teetering on the edge of life, but it isn't enough. Fault continuing to push here, trying to get to the very end. 6.5 minutes left on the clock. It is very possible that TBD could bring this back.
It's go time.
Arisa gets another nano. Tries to push in, get some picks. And it looks like Fault is about to take the win. Batman switches to Tracer to try and get the last touch in. But unfortunately it isn't enough. And that means that Fault takes the victory. Fault will continue into the next round. And unfortunately, to be determined, will have to go home.
This ends now. Headshot. That's 2.
Some amazing plays from both teams. And that is the match. Let me go ahead and get some teammates in here. For Fault, I think that for Fault we're gonna go ahead and get Etching Club in here. Bruh. If it would let me. Come on, Discord. You got this. There we go. Alright. Cheese.
Yep.
Welcome, man. I decided that you were the MVP for Faults. How do you feel, man? You just won.
Wait. I think the real MVP is Mr. Coast State right here. You know he's playing on 200 ping?
Really? I didn't even
Yes.
know that.
He's Filipino. It's like 8
And he's
a.m.
playing
right
on
now or
200
whatever.
ping?
Yes,
All right,
200
wait,
ping.
wait. I'm gonna get him in here. Hold up. I think it's this one. Let's get him in here. Hold up. Hey, what's up, man? Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks. Why am I here?
I decided that I decided that that Edging was going to be the MVP, but then I heard that you were playing with 200 ping and managed to still get the dub for your team. So Cheese said that you would be a better MVP. How do you feel about the win,
Oh,
man?
really? Honestly, it feels great. I was actually kind of nervous that I would screw over my team with 200 ping.
Yeah, I can I can imagine that would be pretty unfortunate. But hey, man, congrats on the win. What do you think was like your favorite game that you played in?
Probably King's Row, because the match was so tight, and there were plays from both teams, and it just made it so much fun and difficult to play.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely thought that Kings Row definitely was the most interesting to watch. I enjoyed that one a lot. Lots of good plays from both teams there.
Mhm.
Well,
I know.
once again, congratulations on the dub, and your team will be moving on to the next round. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I got to get Kylo in here for TBD. Kylo, man, how's it going?
What's up?
I
Doing good.
I decided that you were the MVP for your team.
Really?
Yes, man. That Kings Row Orisa gameplay, really, man, it was something else.
They fear my Orisa. They fear it.
For sure, for sure. How did you feel that match went?
I think the other team was really good. I feel like I didn't practice enough. I probably should have practiced more with my team. I don't think we were fully like in the flow state, you know, kind of with each other. But you know, that's for time to come. But yeah, that King's Row game was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I saw some very, very cool spears there, and I definitely saw a lot of really, really good